Welcome to Live Edge, episode number next. I'm Matt.
I'm Amy.
Welcome to the show. On this episode, we're going to talk about woodworkers are getting scammed by their customers. So you want to stay tuned for that. What's up, everybody? So just chat. If you've had any experience with that, you can talk about it in the chat. Let us know anything that's happened to you if you've been dealing with customers and things like that. We always like to start with the tool deals of the week. So here we go. We have some really good deals this week. If you're a Makita fan, you're in luck because there's some fantastic deals on Makita. Plus, there's other deals going on too. To find those deals, just go to 731woodworks.com and click on that tool deals button right there. It's going to open up my tool deals. I post these every single day on my channel or on my page, almost every day anyway. If we're traveling, I may not get a chance to, but almost every day they're here. So you're going to see several deals here. Milwaukee, DeWalt. This one's expired actually. $50 off that miter gauge. A bunch of really good deals. Right there's a Makita deal. You're going to click into that. There's going to be multiple deals here that you can choose from. Up to $455 off tools, a free battery kit with this select power tool combos. There's some free tool deals as well. Free tools with the XGT power tools, a free stand with a miter saw. And then, of course, their outdoor tools also has buy more, save more going on. All of this, if you're a Makita fan, there's a ton to pick from. A ton. Ton. A ton. Let me get back over here.
All
right. So, what's up? You get some?
No.
So, how do woodworkers get scammed from their customers? Well, we have a private coaching community called Sawdust Startups. If you want to check it out, just go to school.com/Sawdust Startups. Two of our members have had very similar things happen to them. And I'll explain it, but I'm going to show her message on how it happened, but I've blacked out her name so that we can keep her info private here. I don't want to, how do I share my screen again? Is that it?
Yep. There you go.
All right. So she said, got scammed. I'm sharing this so maybe it doesn't happen to someone else. I listed my first item on Nextdoor. Now, Nextdoor is an app, kind of a neighborhood app, and we've seen a lot of our members have had a bunch of success selling products on Nextdoor. So she listed a coffee table on Nextdoor. She was contacted by someone who wanted to buy it and asked to use Venmo so they could pay her. And then they could pick it up on Sunday. That started a whole chain of events, including a fictitious email from Venmo. And then she now realizes it was actually not Venmo. Eventually clearing out her bank account. She's filed a police report and she's talking to her bank and all this stuff. So kind of a brief rundown of what happened. Basically, she gets this offer, okay, and they want to buy the piece that she's selling. And then they ask for her email. Said, hey, I need to verify your Venmo account or something. And so they asked for her email. Well, a little while later, while they're chatting back and forth, she gets an email from Venmo. And it has a phone number on there and something about verifying her account and all kinds of stuff. So then the lady says she bought the item, but she was double charged and was like $500 something, and she owed her, and starts like going at her constantly, just messaging her, basically trying to get her into a panic. Like, what's going on? What did I do? And then of course she's like, you need to call Venmo and get this worked out. You've stolen all this money from me. You're a scammer. She was trying to turn it around. And so what wound up happening was she used the email that she had just got. There was a phone number to Venmo, called, and the Venmo representative was extremely nice and very consoling, understanding. It was a scam. The person that she called wasn't with Venmo, and so they basically talked her out, saying that she was on a secure line, all this stuff.
It was
secure.
a whole system.
It was a whole scam, and very convincing. Like she sent me the whole story, and like it's, if you read it word for word, like it's very, very convincing, especially if you're excited to get your first sale. And then you get this person saying you're scamming them and you want to try to make it right. Like you haven't done anything wrong. And so it's a whole elaborate scam that they're doing. And so another person in the community had something extremely similar happen to them in a totally different part of the United States. So it's one of those things, like it's pretty common that these people are doing this stuff, trying to steal your money, and they don't care. Like they don't care if they're stealing from you. Their goal is to steal from anybody that they can. So I want you to be cautious about that. If you get an email from somebody, verify that email address. Make sure that you look at the physical email address where it's coming from, and make sure it's from like at Venmo.com or at Shopify. We get multiple emails a week from Shopify when it's not Shopify. It says you need to verify your theme, or there's a problem with your store. Like I've gotten multiple of these. And if you look at the email, it's from Shopify.me or Shopify.store.something at gmail.com. Shopify is not going to send you an email from gmail.com or hotmail.com or outlook.com. It's going to come from the store or the brand's URL. So if DeWalt sends you an email, it's coming from at DeWalt.com, telling you you've won something or whatever. Like there's just a bunch of different scams out there. So make sure you verify those email addresses, and don't ever click on links in emails that you're not.
Even if it's a Word document.
Yeah. Even if you're not 100% sure of who that email's from, don't click the links in them. And then also, I don't ever click on documents or PDFs in emails. Not going to do it. Mainly because I've seen too many people get their stuff hacked because of that. Because what happens is they mask an executable file in a document. And so you think it's a Word document or a PDF. And when you click on it, it runs a program on your computer. And then they steal your information on your browser login so they can get in your bank accounts, your social channels, and all that. So just be very cautious and make sure you know who you're dealing with.
Yep.
Jump into the comments here.
Yellowhammer said that someone had just tried that with him also. He said if someone pays with Venmo or Cash App, they do not need your email for any reason or your phone number. They don't. All they need is your Cash App name or Venmo name or PayPal name, whatever it is that you use for it. Now, somebody said that at Facebook's prompting, I think it was Jeff Stewart said he added his email to his business page, and he said, was that a bad idea? Just because someone has your email doesn't mean that they necessarily are getting all your stuff, but it's just a better way for them to send a false email to you. Mm-hmm. That's what he was saying there. So, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing for people to have your email.
Well, if you're talking to a customer back and forth through email or exchanging, ideas or whatever, that's different. But the way this scam worked was they needed her email so that they could email her the Venmo email from the Venmo, which was a fake account, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's what they needed the email for. So that's why they were asking for the email.
But if somebody's just trying to
just talk to you,
to you and to pay you, they don't need your email. Yeah. But just because they have your email doesn't mean you can't be, you have to be scared that somebody has your email. You just have to be very cautious about what you look at and what you click on and the numbers you call. Mm-hmm. If there's a phone number listed in there, do a reverse Google search and see if that number actually belongs to that place.
Yeah. John up north says someone tried to do this to us at Christmas time with PayPal, saying that they needed to click a link in the email to convert to a business account. Yes, it's not true. So anytime I get one of those Shopify emails, which I know which ones are scammers, and stuff pretty much. But if I have any questions on is this a Shopify email, or is this an Etsy email, or is this a Facebook email, I just go to my Facebook account or my Etsy account or my Shopify account, because those accounts will have a notification pop up and let you know if there's a problem. If there's not a problem, you're not going to see anything on there. And there's a lot of Facebook scams out there, of course. Mm-hmm. We get a lot of Facebook scam messages wanting to saying, your account's in trouble, being in violation of this, that, and the other. And you just click this link, right? And they're wanting you to click a link. You never click those links. It's all scam. Facebook's not going to send you a DM telling you all that nonsense.
Wesley Slimp says scammers are horrible people. They truly don't care about the people they're taking this from.
They don't care at all.
They don't care that person now may not be able to make their mortgage or rent payment, that they may or may not have money to buy food for them or their kids. They don't care about any of that. They don't care if your lights don't get turned on. All they care about is whether or not they're able to steal money from somebody else.
Yep, that's right. Cade Valder said he was in a car accident once and was scammed by someone claiming to be the local police detective, followed him off the accident because he said that he ran into the person that had been committing fraud. That's crazy.
Jeez. I mean, the scary thing is that we're moving more toward new ways for these scammers to work every single day, and so it's so hard to stay on top of everything.
And it can happen to anybody.
It can happen to any of us.
It can happen to any of us. You could just have a mind slip one day and you open your email and you not even think about it and click. Like it just,
and then it's done right there.
you know,
Like
it's just can happen so fast. Ben says, what are your opinions on buying big tools on Facebook? As long as you can check them out and, you know, it's not a shady person that you're dealing with, you know, and it feels right. Like if you, for instance, if you were buying a tool from me, right, and you don't know me, and you pull up and I've got this big, whatever, table saw in the garage, and you see it's a workshop full of tools and I have a brand new table saw sitting there and I'm selling you the old table saw, right? Like there's a reason why I'm getting rid of it. And so, or maybe you're just getting out of the woodworking business and he's selling all of his stuff. You know, maybe they got into it and didn't, you know, it wasn't for them. And you can kind of verify these details and things like that. And you can turn the thing on. You can make sure it works. Like I don't have a problem with that personally, as long as it can be tested first. David Johnson says, that's why I always ask for cash or checks. I don't believe in cash outs. That's a good way to go.
You know,
I don't take checks.
A lot of people don't like any of these cash out type things because a lot of times it's like holding one of those prepaid cards or cash or something. You can't really, the bank is not really going to help you with that. The bank is going to protect the charges that run through the bank account. So it makes it much harder. You know, we've been scammed out of stuff from it not clicking a link, but the business got scammed a few years back from our card number being stolen, and it was protected because it was through our bank. But a lot of these places like Venmo and stuff, your bank is not going to protect that.
That's what happened to the lady on the Solid Star.
They kind of can't.
Yeah.
You know,
there was nothing they could do for her.
I'm assuming her Venmo account's what got cleared out, not her bank account or her.
Well, because not Venmo, she didn't have money in there. What happened was she wound up.
It was a Venmo transaction.
It was it was an Apple Pay transaction because she on the phone they had basically convinced her to give up some credentials through her Apple Pay or something. And they wound up clearing out that or into the bank account and stuff. Nate Peterson says there's so many scams that the cops won't even investigate. It's pretty sad. Yeah, and there's not a lot they can do. Like if they can't figure out who it is, where they're at, like their hands are really tied. Like they don't know. Just some random email that, you know, wind up scamming somebody. It's really difficult to track that down.
Wood Therapy says, I love talking to the people about my car's warranty. I tell them when I go 88 miles per hour, it goes back in time. So those scammers, they kept calling me. And finally, one day I was like, well, I'll have a little fun with them too. So I was like, yeah, I really do need, you know, a new warranty on mine. And so they were like, can I verify the make and model? And I said, yeah, it's a 1992 Schwinn. And they were like, what? And I said, a Schwinn, a two-tire Schwinn, banana seat. And they were very confused
with
for a minute.
With the tassels hanging off.
With the tassels and a basket on the front. Yeah. Because I don't know what they think.
And one thing to kind of keep in mind is if it feels too good to be true, it's probably too true, right? And so if somebody's, you know, if they're, you know, selling something brand new for a very discounted price, it's probably not a good thing. You know, if it's a, you know, $500 tool and they're selling for $25, like something's not right here, right? And same thing is if they're wanting to, you know, do a bunch of different steps for you to get your money if they're getting paid, yeah, it's not really a good thing. And like somebody said up here,
Creature says, my wife works at a bank and she says they get dozens of calls a week trying to get money back from cash app scams.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
John up north says, we only do invoices from a Shopify store. They can pay with their credit card or PayPal. That's it. Yeah. Matt Moat says, did you see the Harbor Freight up the price of their dust extractor by $50? I did see that. And what's funny is,
that the one you were telling me about?
What's funny is about that, when I bought the dust extractor, I paid, I'm almost certain, I would have to go back and look at our receipts. I'm almost certain I paid $349 for it, or $399. It was either $399 or $349. I can't remember exactly. I would have to go back and look at our receipts. But when I did the review, it had dropped to $299. It was at $299 for a while. And so they went down on it, and then it all sold out, and then they went back up on it. I'm going to look at my account. Can you answer a question while I do that?
Matt Moat says, my favorite one idea was to pretend to be extremely hard of hearing. Every statement was like, you're going to have to speak up now. And I'm sorry, what? I need to do that one.
Nope,
That's
I was
funny.
wrong. $2.99, but it was a tax is what I was thinking about. So it was actually $336.91. I was wrong. It was $2.99. So yeah, they went up to $349 now on those dust extractors. Still a good deal, but man, I liked it when it was at $2.99. It was a great deal at $2.99.
Click back to there. Yeah. Okay, Richard says, I love messing with the scammers. I just wish they would leave me alone. I get 20 calls a
She
day.
gets so many. It's so crazy.
I get a whole lot. I think my phone number is on every list out there.
Yeah. C&G says, never pay up front. They will tell you need to pay up front or give a deposit. Don't do it. What are we talking about?
I'm not sure. There may have been a thread that went, let's see. They will tell you need to. Oh, maybe he's talking about if you see something online, like on Facebook Marketplace, and they tell you they need a deposit up front.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that. Wait until you get there and see the actual product. Maybe that's what he's saying. Which is definitely what I would do. I would not.
Yeah.
I would not pay sight unseen.
Meet in a public place. You know,
Absolutely.
especially if it's a smaller item. If it's a big tool, you have to go to their house. But Rockler's dust extractor is still $2.99. Yeah, but Rockler's dust extractor is really a shop vac hiding in as a dust extractor. I did a comparison on those two. If you didn't see it, it's pretty good. But to me, in my opinion, the Harbor Freight's a much better deal, even still at $349. I just wasn't impressed with the Rockler one. I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. They could have done a better job. Ray and Sandy's Woodworking says you have to be really cautious on Marketplace. It's full of scammers.
It is.
Yeah,
it really
it can
is. I hate that too because I think it can be such a powerful place to bring buyers and sellers together, especially people who do the things that all of you do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so sad that you have to go through and kind of weed through everything just to get. Yeah, but you're right. It is. It's the whole world's full of them.
Yep.
Honestly.
Logan Cross says I get 2 to 3 scam calls, but they're back to back. Like as soon as I hang up, it's really annoying. Hers does that too. Like it's just,
mine's constant.
It starts at like 7 a.m.
No, it's before 7.
It's early.
It starts early.
Like
Tom, how do you do that?
you can set it up.
No, I can't because
I know.
yeah. Paula M said they tried to scam her on Marketplace. It's unbelievable. It is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sucks. It really does.
Also, Parker says, I recently bought a Shopmaster planer from someone. I went to go pick it up and asked to try it out. He was very willing to try it out in front of me, but being new to woodworking, I didn't pay.
Oh, I'm so tired still.
She didn't feel well yesterday. John up north says, even the Harbor Freight Bauer dust collector is a beast. Harbor Freight's going a long way. Man, they're putting out a bunch of stuff, man. They've really started picking up the game on themselves. I'm kind of curious to see what all these tariffs and stuff are going to do. I've read a little bit. I'm not versed enough to make a full video on it yet, but I'm kind of researching and reading into it. Just kind of how all this is going to work, because Harbor Freight gets a bunch of imported goods, obviously. And so it's going to be kind of interesting to see. Tool brands across the board are probably going to go up if things keep going. So.
Scott GoPray says, I usually do what my grandpa would do. Just start having a conversation with them as if I was continuing it from the previous person I was speaking with. We pretend to be Buddy the Elf and all kinds of stuff. Jeff Allred says, my scammer delivered fake news. Said Spinderella dropped $50 at the mall. He left off a zero. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Tell her just do what I do. I don't tell Matt what I spend.
You don't?
No.
Pele says, would a safety video be helpful to make? Point out some scams people may encounter to help others.
Oh my gosh, Publishers Clearinghouse. I haven't heard that one in a while. Daniel Tilson said that was his last one.
Last scam. What was Clearinghouse?
Tried to tell him that he had to pay the taxes in advance.
So when I was a state trooper, This happened. I was filling in for a dispatcher one night. So this lady comes in, it's an elderly lady, and she's like all upset because these people had told her to go to the bank and get like $3,000 or $4,000. Like, this is a decent amount of money.
Austin, I'll do yours.
And she's like, the bank's closed and they want it now. And what can I do? I was like, ma'am, this doesn't sound right. And I talked to her about it. Winds up, they had done told her that, you know, she was going to get $1 million if she could just give them $5,000. Like, it was just one of those scams. And for whatever reason, she believed it. And she was distraught because the bank was closed. And I was trying to figure out, I was like, do you have family that we can call and talk? Because I don't think this, you don't need to do this. This is a scam. But she wouldn't listen, would not listen. And I couldn't, you can't force her to stay. And so I was like very concerned about her. And of course, I never saw her again. So I don't know what happened, but thankfully the bank was closed. Maybe she woke up the next day. But people fall for that stuff, which is why these people do this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Austin Parker says, I recently bought a Shopmaster planer from someone. I went to go pick it up and asked to try it out. Oh, wait, you read that part, but there was more to it. He said, pay attention. He only fed it through the left side. And when I got home, I realized it was only one of the feed roller screws that was not installed correctly. I think I must have missed some somewhere between. He said, do you think he was trying to scam me, or did I get lucky and figure something out he didn't know with his own machine?
If it's working correctly, he just may not have known.
You're going to have to stop crying. We're on our own with the dogs tonight, so.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kate. He says, did you know that you can buy used tools from the Home Depot rental center? I saw a couple of Hilti dust extractors for pretty cheap. Yeah. So after so they rent tools and things like that, and they sell them after a certain amount of time. So always get to check that out if you're looking for that. Home Depot is giving away a free battery when purchasing Milwaukee M18 5-inch orbital sander. That's right. If you want to check that deal out, you can go to 731 Woodworkers. I posted that this morning on the Tool Deals page. Just go to my homepage, click on the Tool Deals at 731woodworks.com. There it is, right there. Yep, you get you a free 5 amp hour battery with that new Milwaukee M18 sander.
You're going to have to pick him up. I can't. He's going to keep crying.
Oh. Dogs. This is Coda, in case you don't know.
They're all a little out of sorts.
Well, Mike, thank you for your service,
the buttons are off, so I can't press the thing.
What's wrong with them?
Welcome to the One Before Supporter Club, Ragey. I would press the little sound for you, but it's not on. So
I wonder what's wrong with it.
I don't know. But there's no lights on over there.
It's not on up here either. So I don't know.
You can make the noise.
I don't remember.
That sounded country. Oh Lord.
I think is it Control Center? I don't remember. I'll have to look at it tomorrow. I don't know why it's messed up. Scammers can't scam me because I'm broke.
Oh Lord.
Creature says, I'm still waiting on that dang prince to send me my money. Remember that?
Yeah. It's terrible.
What's the best double-sided tape for acrylic templates? I've got some on Amazon that I buy. Not sure if I could drop a link or anything, but
hold you, Coda.
But hey, you don't like my arm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah.
This is not an affiliate link or anything like that, so feel free to click it without worrying about that. But I just dropped a link in the chat to the double stick tape I use. It's good. It's not too sticky, and because sometimes I've had some that are just very sticky. Ruben in Boston said, did you retire from being a trooper, or did you just want to do something new? He's literally leaning down.
He's wanting over here.
He can't get up there with her. She can go step on her. I didn't retire. I just resigned. I didn't have enough years in to retire. I had 13 years in. I think I had 20-something years in. And so my retirement's still there. I just can't touch it until I'm a certain age, 65 or something like that.
Johnny Ulan, 731 is our anniversary.
Yep. July 31st, 1999 is the day we met, and July 31st, 2000 is when we got married.
Yep.
Austin says, I am also stumped. I have everything except for a lathe, but I can never get the motivation to put my ideas on paper, actual projects. Do you have any suggestions for motivations? you just got to do it. It's more about discipline and less about motivation,
Coda.
right? And so if you get in the act of doing something
Come here.
over and over and over, things work out, as things start happening. Being motivated to do something is not always a good plan because, at first you're going to be motivated. It's like working out. That's why everybody makes a New Year's resolution on July or January 1st. And then by January 15th, they're done because they didn't have discipline. They had motivation on January 1st. They had no motivation on January 15th or February 1st or however long they can make motivation last. Motivation is going to come and go, but if you get disciplined with something, and that's when things start changing.
Oh my goodness, his tongue.
Why at the
hanging
pallet
out.
says, should I sell my brush Milwaukee drill and impact and buy the M12
okay,
fuel
baby.
drill and impact? Most of my tools are M12. If they work for you, I see no reason to sell them. Like, just to get the newest and greatest. I mean, if you want the new one, fine. But if they're working and you're happy with them, I wouldn't worry about it.
Goodness, you can't.
What is
lay
the best
beside
bench
her.
advice? I'm not sure.
There's not enough
I'm really
room.
not sure. Tay Tool sells a
Don't
bunch
step on her.
on there. I like their stuff, but I don't have one, so I'm not sure.
I can't press the button, but R&R Woodworking just gifted a membership.
Thank you,
Or
man.
was gifted a membership by David Johnson.
Thank you,
David Johnson. And also, who else received them? Michelle Cochelle, Catholic Papa, Rodney Bringen, not sure if I said that right, and Beard Face McGee.
I like that.
I like
face.
that.
Beard face McGee. Michelle Cochelle says, "Whoop whoop whoop, bleep bleep bleep, bloop bloop.
Salty
Sound
language.
is broken."
I heard that. Somebody said that back to her. Said language.
Yellowhammer says, "Y'all be praying for us facing a lot of uncertainty with my job right now. About to go through a lot of changes. Pray for you, man." Sure, right. Harbor Freight has a central machinery dust collector, normally $299, now on for $249. It's a good deal. I thought about buying the the new Bauer dust collector. I just need to find some room out there to scooch around. John up north says, "Are you doing a giveaway for the 731,000 subs?"
We don't know yet what we're doing.
We want to do something.
It's not going to happen at the moment it goes to 731,000.
Yeah, because that's only about 3 weeks away if things keep trending the way they do. Because we're at 7 something right now. 7.
He figured out how to
20.
get laid beside her.
There you go. Got a lap full of eggies.
We call them our lap full of hill eggies.
We're at 720,000 subscribers, so we're about 11,000 away from 731. If things trend the way that they were trending over the last 28 to 40 days, or 28 to 60 days, it looks like it's going to be about 3 weeks from now, give or take a day or two, when we hit 731. So we want to do something, but it may be in the summer when we celebrate it later or something.
Hey Smurf, he says, "Hey Matt, Miss 731, Smurf Woodworks
Smurf.
and epoxy." I like that.
Mike says, "I didn't get scammed, but someone stole my social security number."
I hate that kind of stuff. too.
Creature says, "I had my wife had a customer go into the bank." Did you read the story? And with a situation sounding like a scam, and employees tried to tell her it was a scam, but she was insistent. A week later, she went back crying about losing money.
Oof.
It's hard to know who to believe, you know? What are your favorite chisels? Bo says, "I like Narex Richter chisels. You can get those on Amazon. Tay Tool sells a set in a box. That's the set I have. I think they're fantastic chisels."
Had his identity stole and my credit score went up 50 points.
It's bad.
That's terrible.
Jeff Alvarez says, "Got a 6-inch round base plate for his DeWalt trim router. Super easy to make juice screws from Crafted Elements." Yeah, Crafted Elements makes a lot of good templates, all kinds of stuff, molds for epoxy, all kinds of stuff. They make some really good stuff. I'm in the UK and I'm looking at buying the Makita. That's what I think you're trying to say. Plunge saw, any good? Yeah, Makita makes some really good track saw. I like it a lot. Kate says, "I'll make more YouTube accounts and subscribe." I got you. No need.
That's funny. Don't do that.
Daniel says, "I'm working on getting an older tail saw working better, a 12-inch blade, 5/8 inch arbor. Finding blades is difficult. because the standard arbor is 12 inches, 1 inch now. Yeah, I can imagine that would be difficult. I would probably look at Woodcraft carry those? I would probably look at Woodcraft. Rockler, Tay Tools may have some. I would probably look at those.
They keep pushing, and I keep going back farther and farther. Hey, you know what time it is?
Power tip time.
Power tip time.
Power tip is, if you don't know who your email is coming from, like, just slow down a little bit and read who they're from. And because a lot of times,
over it.
Yeah, hover over the email address. Make sure it's from the company that says that they're sending you. So if it's Facebook, it'll come from @facebook.com. And make sure that it's Facebook and not misspelled somehow, or instead of O's, there's zeros. Like, there's a bunch of different things they can do. But just if you're a little hinky, like if the English is off, or if something just doesn't feel right, like, why am I getting this? This is kind of weird. Just double check. Just pause for a minute, double check, and don't click on any links from that thing. Just go to that company's main site. So if it's Shopify, you'll go to Shopify, log into your account. If it's Facebook, you'll go to Facebook, log into your account, double check on your notifications, and it will tell you if there's a problem. Most of the time, it's probably going to be a scam. Nate says, I used to work for Western Union. Little old meemaws and pawpaws would come in all the time getting scammed. I would refuse the transaction. They would come back later thanking me. I hate scammers. Yeah, man, I'm glad you did that. That's pretty cool. Doug says you can move your mouse over a link and critique it before you visit the link. You can. If you're on mobile, you can actually copy it, but just be careful because it can also click it. I don't do that, but you can copy it and paste it into like a notes app and see what the link looks like.
Lloyd's in the house.
Lloyd's in the house. So, man.
Oh my gosh, y'all are just, they're pushing me.
Yeah, text message links, don't click those. So we get quite a few of those. Like, most people have probably gotten this. Your package is stuck in customs, or we were unable to deliver your package because of whatever. Now, how those scams actually work is if you click the link, yeah, you can get scammed by the link, but most of the time what's happening is they want you to pay a delivery fee or a customs fee. And so what you do, you put in your bank account information because they're going to want your routing number or your credit card number or whatever, your bank account number. They're stealing your information. They're stealing your bank account numbers. They're stealing your credit card numbers and all that stuff. That's what they're doing there. And so they're actually getting the credit card information from you so they can go buy whatever they want to buy from there. And so that's what that's all about.
Yeah, package was not delivered. I get that all the time.
We get those quite a bit. Scott Clark says check eBay for carbide blades is not a good option. Checking eBay for carbide blades is not a good option. There's lots of fakes and cheap stuff that the carbide flies off. So be careful with that. Ed J says, I'm a safety representative on a construction site, and sometimes my guys' hard hats either get broken or wear out, and I'll take them to the old hard hats and cut them up, glue them up, and make pins out of them. That's pretty neat.
Really?
That's a neat idea.
That is neat.
Never heard that. Yeah, that's Cage right. We were unable to deliver your package. I didn't order anything.
Do you see them?
Yes.
I'm holding both their butts, one on each side.
That's how I work every day. Every morning. I sit right here, and they are right just like that.
Hill Iggies.
Powerful Hill Iggies.
Instead of hillbillies, they're Hill Iggies.
Jace Priester says, I don't know if this is true, but I saw a thing saying an email has an A in the word. It looks like an A, not the other that looks like an O.
What? It took it off.
Yeah, if that makes sense. Looks like an O with a tail.
Oh. I haven't seen that. I'll have to look for that. Would you, Austin Parker says, would you suggest that if you're going to purchase something from a sketchy website that you buy a prepaid debit card? That way, if they do scam you, it's only for that amount rather than your whole bank account.
I don't buy from sketchy websites. Like, if I'm not familiar with the website, even if somebody's like, hey, check out this great deal, you got to go check this out. And you go to it, and I'm like, yeah, it looks shady. I'm not doing that. That's why when
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's safer to do that. You go get a prepaid. That way they're only getting the whatever dollar you're sending them, right? And so that, yeah, it's way safer to do it that way. But
let me play the devil's advocate there. If it's your bank card, the bank and it's a scam, then you can file a thing with your bank to get the money back. And if it's a prepaid card, you're not going to be able to do that.
No.
So there's a bad side to both, I guess.
RT Antiques says, you should explain the membership. I was given one a while ago, but did not know what to do with it. I didn't know you offered them. So the 2 Before Nation is our...
Good idea.
Yeah, thank you. Our 2 Before Nation is our members, our channel supporters. They contribute monthly, supporting the channel. And what they get in return is we do behind-the-scenes videos. They also get all the new videos, or at least 98% of the new videos up front before anybody else gets them. So like... the Wind hand tools, the Harbor Freight dust extractor, all these tools that sell out when I post a video because they're very popular, they get basically first dibs because they can check it out early. They get a day early. We also do member-only live streams right before this episode. They get a 2 Before Nation sticker for free.
Some of y'all have not received one of those.
There's a few, like 6 or 8 in there that we hadn't mailed out yet. But yeah, that's what the channel membership is. It's a way for people to support us, and then we give back in the ways that we can with the extra videos and things like that. With that, I think we need... Did I say something wrong? Your arm just giving out.
No, they started new food today, and I think one of them is not sitting well. It's starting to smell right here.
Oh.
And I think it might be him.
Yeah, him. That's who it was.
Well, I don't think it would be her. She's too cute to poot.
Yeah.
But wait, what?
Huh?
Are you saying it's not him?
No, it wasn't me. I hope you guys have a good week. I hope this helps you out. Just be really careful about who you're dealing with. The last thing I want to hear about or see is...
RT said also talk about school.
School?
Right.
Oh, so school. So school, there's a couple of things on school. So I have 2 things. I have a free...
yes, David. He's used his cup. Yeah.
I have a free... let's see. Oh, wrong screen.
It's actually in the kitchen right now, though.
So this is school.com/731 Woodworks. This is called the Woodworkers Jumpstart. And this is our free community where you can join, go to the classroom. There's a mini course there, basically teaching you how to get started making money with your woodworking. There's also 45 plus projects plans right there that sell, or projects that sell ideas. So if you don't know what to build, what's going to sell, we have mapped out for you. $100,000 blueprint, basically showing you how to take your woodworking from nothing and start building a business that's going to make you money. And then there's 4 master classes on there of members that we've helped coach that are making money, and they share exactly what's working for them. So all this is free. You can go check all that out. And then there's also some bonus information down there too on several different things. And then that's school.com/731 Woodworks, and school is spelt with a K, SKOOL.com. And then Sawdust Startups is same thing, school.com/Sawdust Startups. This is our paid community. We have almost 600 members in there. And these are people who this community helps each other grow a business. So if you have questions and all this stuff, we also have weekly group coaching calls every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central, where you can get on and get your questions answered. We have live discussions, basically a mastermind of woodworkers coming together to help each other grow a business. And then the classroom section here is much, much bigger. And so we really deep dive into how to make money woodworking. We're sharing strategies that have worked over and over and over with us and with everybody, or a lot of these people we're coaching. They put these things into place. It just starts helping them make the money. Basically anything about how to get your first sale fast, how to design your logo, how to sell in person, how to sell on Facebook, how to sell on Etsy, just a whole bunch of stuff, how to sell on Nextdoor, how to scale, how to sell products at marketplaces. Like there's a bunch in here, and we've put in a bunch of time and a lot of hours on building this community up. So that's what school is. But if you just want to kind of check it out without any risk or paying anything, just go to school.com/731 Woodworks. You'll kind of basically see how the course is, how the modules are to get access to the community. Then you can jump over to Sawdust Startups.
Yep. All right. Well, the Golden Knights are playing, so
they are.
I think we're gonna go. My arms are killing me.
Give you some relief.
Look, my face is getting red.
Oh my goodness.
So we'll see y'all next week.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.